Hey there, humanoids. Mr. Nooks and Crannies here. Today we are at the Osceola County Welcome Center and History Museum to see their temporary exhibit, Shock to the Future. It's an exhibit about the railroad here in Osceola County and the state of Florida. Now, this is a full museum about Osceola County's history, its wildlife, and so forth and so on. We will take a full tour of that some other time, but I knew that this exhibit was going to be closing shortly, so I wanted to do a series on all of these rotating events here at the Osceola County Welcome Center. So this will be the first one, right this way. Now, there is a permanent part of the museum dedicated to railroads here in Osceola County. Well, we are here today for the temporary exhibit right around the corner. Right there. All right, here's their temporary exhibit, Track to the Future, an exhibition. Well, it's in this smaller room in the back of the larger museum. But it is a temporary exhibit. Figured we might as well give it a look while it's still here. His first display case has pictures of the original train stations here in the area. Old Paul, St. Cloud, or some railroad spikes. The development of rail transportation in Florida goes back before 1861, when mapmakers showed a railroad from St. Mary's to Cedar Key. Railroads in Florida during this time consisted of multiple short lines, usually starting in a waterway and continuing inland. Some more of the local train stations. Kenansville. Photo album. A family visiting New Smyrna by train. And here's an old piece of luggage. It's got the Rollins College sticker on top there. And the old railroad sticker too. In 1886, as travel by rail was becoming increasingly popular in Osceola County, the entire mainland was widened to the standard gauge. With its expansion came the need for industrial companies to increase the demand for rail service. Here's some of the table service silverware that you would have seen on the railroads during 1947 and 1953 on the Atlantic coastline. And here's some of the menus from the Atlantic coastline, dining service, and also the dining car chimes that would have been used to summon passengers for the dinner. So on the coastline, breakfast, get 1 egg with bacon or sausage for $1.50. Corned beef hash, $1.50 as well. Very nice. Got the vacationer, the early bird, and of course, items by the a la carte. The Atlantic coastline was an important railway for Kissimmee during this time and operated between 1902 and 1967. There has been a notable decline in use of the railroad transportation since the last century. It is seen as a declining and inconvenient way of transportation. In recent years, there have been some advancements, in which companies have tried bringing back accessibility of rail travel. There's the train station as it looked, Kissimmee, circa 1920. There's a Vulcan hand lantern used on the railway. Railway Express Agency sign. Old lantern. Ashtrays. And disposable or reusable cap for your beverage. Promotional items. And those are some things that the conductor would use to click your ticket. All aboard. Cap badge for flagman. Some pins for the workers there. That's cool. There's the coastline headrest cover. A little bit on the back of the seat there. Obviously switched out, cleaned up. There's a system map. Timetable. Tie clip. And attendant cap. Here's a timeline of progress from Sanford to Kissimmee. Chartered, Lake Monroe, Orlando Railroad Company, 1875. Name changed in 1879. Sold the Atlantic Coastline Railroad, 1902. Merged into the Coastline Railroad Company, 1967. Merged into the Seaboard System Railroad, 1983. Came CSX Transportation, 1986. Sold to the Florida Department of Transportation and operated by Sunrail. 2011 to the present. Central Florida's most recent advancement in railroad use is through the introduction of the Brightline Company. Brightline was founded in 2017 and was created with a focus on providing more easily accessible routes while creating a unique experience. Now, me and the kiddos got to ride the Brightline from Orlando to Sanford during one of its opening weekends. It was free. And unfortunately, I haven't been on it since. I need to change that. Here's some information about Brightline, the high-speed rail here in Central Florida. some bridges used by the workers of the Brightline. Some additional Brightline uniforms, cap, and polo. That's going to do it for today's adventure. I'm Mr. Nooks and Cranny saying, all aboard. We'll see you next time. So, why don't you put on your favorite pair of rare... The name of the exhibit is Truck to the Future. It should be here till the end of March. Now, this is a full museum about Osceola County, its history, its wildlife, and all of the different topography that you find around here. Today, so why don't you grab yourself a railroad spike and maybe a cold beverage. I don't know why you'd need the railroad spike, have a cold beverage. But anyways,